In a small, peaceful village surrounded by lush green fields, a young boy named Rohan lived with his hard-working parents. Though they were poor, Rohan's heart was filled with dreams. Unlike his friends, who spent their days playing, he would sit under an old banyan tree, reading a torn medical book. He wanted to become a doctor and help the people in his village who had no access to proper medical care. But life was not easy for Rohan. His father, a poor farmer, struggled to make ends meet, and they could barely afford food, let alone school fees. Understanding their hardships, Rohan refused to burden his parents. He woke up before sunrise every day to help his father plow the fields before school. Sweat dripped from his face, but he never complained. After finishing his work, he would walk miles barefoot on rough roads to reach his school. The journey was painful, but each step took him closer to his dream. At night, when his house had no electricity, Rohan would study under a flickering streetlight. Many villagers mocked him, saying, "A farmer's son becoming a doctor? Impossible." But he ignored their words and kept working harder. One day, his teacher, impressed by his dedication, helped him apply for a scholarship. After weeks of anxious waiting, the results arrived. Rohan had won a full scholarship to study in a prestigious city school. His parents were overwhelmed with pride, but sending their son away was difficult. With a heavy heart and big dreams, Rohan left his village for the first time. The city was overwhelming, with its towering buildings and busy streets. At school, Rohan faced discrimination for being a poor village boy. His classmates mocked his simple clothes and accent, but he did not let their words break him. However, life in the city was expensive, and Rohan struggled to afford food and books. Determined to continue his studies, he took up small jobs, delivering newspapers, washing dishes in restaurants, and tutoring younger students. Despite his hard work, he failed his first medical test. Devastated, he sat alone outside the school, wondering if the villagers were right. But then, his professor reminded him, failure is just a lesson on the path to success. Encouraged, Rohan doubled his efforts, studying late into the night in the library. Slowly but surely, he started excelling in his studies, proving everyone wrong. As his final medical exams approached, the pressure mounted. He knew his parents and village had placed all their hopes on him. With unwavering determination, he studied tirelessly, knowing this was his only chance. The exams were the toughest challenge he had ever faced, but he gave it his all. Then came the long wait for results. Days felt like years, but when he finally checked the board, his name was among the top scorers. Tears of joy filled his eyes. He had made it. Years of relentless hard work had finally paid off. Rohan had become a doctor, but instead of taking a high-paying job in the city, he chose to return to his village. The same villagers who once mocked him now welcomed him with open arms. He built a small clinic so that no one in his village would suffer due to a lack of medical care again. As he treated the sick and inspired young children to dream big, he realized that every hardship, every sleepless night, and every sacrifice had been worth it. Standing atop a hill, looking at his village, Rohan felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had proved to the world that hard work never fails. No matter how tough the journey, perseverance and dedication will always lead to success.